The Society for International Development that monitors how drugs are priced is now questioning the operations of the Public Procurement Oversight Authority. The society says the authority should be investigated over the ballooning prices of drugs in the country and anomalies in the pricing index. According to a research conducted by the organization, the current pricing index, yet to be reviewed in the last 3 terms, offers a 30 to 300% inflated prices for medical drugs and equipment across various regions in the country.
These figures that you're seeing here are probably 11.8 times more expensive than what is available in the international markets.
For instance, the society says a hospital bed in Nairobi will cost 39,000 shillings and the same will cost over 100,000 shillings in Kisumu and 49,000 shillings in Mombasa, a disturbing price gap between the 3 regions.
Let's take a dental chair. Many of us are familiar with the joys of going to see the dentist. Now, what you would not normally understand is that if you use the market price index and you are buying if a procurement officer is buying a dental chair in Nairobi, that cost is 789,000 shillings. But imagine, if you're buying it in Kisumu, I imagine that, it's probably the case that the dental chair is coming into the country through the port of Mombasa. So Kisumu is much further than Nairobi. That figure is about half.
Another example the organization is quoting is a box of the amoxicillin antibiotic in Nairobi. Its generic price stands at 369 shillings, while in Mombasa the price is over 1,700 shillings.
Quinine sulfate. So if you take a pack of 1,100 tablets, or the cost of quinine sulfate on the market price index, so the pricing standard that's indicated there, in Nairobi, it would cost you 981 shillings. The same packet you could procure at 658 shillings in Mombasa. And in Kisumu, it would cost 553.
SIC Director Irungu Hyungton is calling on the body to explain the existing price gaps, terming it as a ploy to rob Kenyans of their money.
Why it is that the market price index has no author, a very vague phrase that does not let us know who exactly developed the framework, what methodology did they use to do this, and what was the schedule of engagement, how often are they contracted to produce this information. And we find that extremely curious given the concerns that we see.
The Public Procurement Oversight Authority to overhaul the market prices index in the next 14 days and publish the names and backgrounds of the anonymous renowned researchers engaged by PPOA.
Kelin Deputy Director Sandra Ochola termed the present pricing index as a hindrance to hospitals from purchasing quality and sufficient drugs and resources to serve the common mwananchi.
Every person should be able to access healthcare without suffering financial, without having to pay a lot of money out of pocket for these services.
They are now calling on the Ministry of Health to immediately address the issues and act on those perpetuating corruption.
The Office of the Auditor General must pay special attention to the loophole that the MPI has created for financial inefficiencies, fraud and theft. National, county governments, Kenyatta National Hospital, Moi Teaching and Referral Hospitals, and all Level 5 hospitals must publish all health-related procurement contracts for the financial year 2014-2015 on their websites and in the media for public scrutiny. The Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, the Directorate of Criminal Investigations, and the Asset Recovery Agency to review and institute proceedings should it be the case that the MPI has been used to inflate procurement, to inflate price procurement.
Juni Karisa for Channel 1 News Weekend.